Good morning, y'all. Just starting to paint this beautiful flag here, 3 foot, rustic with some deep torching in it. And always painting the first, stripe, the red stripe, kind of brings back, what it's all about in the end. And, for me, every time I've seen red since coming home, it's equaled the blood that my brother spilt downrange when we were out there. So painting these stripes red, is an honor, especially, since these men that I served with, were so honorable. So just kind of wanted to share, the process this morning. Letting these two dry here, just applied a nice polyurethane clear coat. I don't know if you can see it, but it's always about these guys and all those who gave all, Just read a poem on the Freedom Factory page. Let me see if I just read it to y'all real quick too. So each day, I come out here and I do, my work. It's hard to not, think of them. Because ultimately, it's up to us to remember them and to keep their memories alive. So this is something I read on Veterans Day, 2020. And there's a few words in here that strike home, to me personally. So I always keep it hung up here. And I look at it from time to time. So, in time of need, their will is sure. American, their fried. Let me start over. Live, right? In time of need, their will is sure. American, their freedom pure. Protect our life and liberty unselfishly. They keep us free. Each soldier knows what is at stake. The risk is grave, make no mistake. With pride they serve, our country strong. They face each foe to come along. Remember them while in your home or where you choose to freely roam. Don't take for granted what you see. Some left this life so it could be. To God I urge you all to pray for soldiers brave to face each day. So those are sobering words. That's just a remembrance, wherever we are personally in our lives, as one thing, but, we're in a country that, regardless of what political side you're on, there were soldiers that left this earth not knowing they were about to, and, they died instantly, and, they wore a uniform, and that uniform had a flag on it. It was the American flag, and so it's important to understand that, while we may be divided in a sense as a country, we're still united, and we need to maintain that unity, because I know my buddies, they died quick, and we owe it to them for the uniform that they wore and what they stood for, which ultimately was you. Without knowing any of you. And, so that's why it's important to remember that while soldiers may be considered pawns, and one may say we know what we signed up for, obviously we do. That's why we don't ask for pity, but rather when we come home, we ask for understanding. And, just think of also the families that are left here in America. The Gold Star moms. Those families that, I know a father that dug his own son's grave. You want to know what it is like to, the true spirit of America is when a man can get a call that his son was killed in a war, and he goes out and in the back and digs his son's grave. You want to talk about resolve, So, and I think that's why it's hard for veterans or those who served when you hear certain folks self-declare them patriots, declare themselves patriots, because I served amongst patriots, and giants have walked this earth because I served with them. So please, wherever you are, remember it's not about the political side or that. It's about honor and stuff. So, and also please remember, we lose over 8,000 veterans a year to suicide. Every 65 to 72 minutes, the Department of Veterans Affairs advises that we lose a veteran to suicide, which I firmly believe is, higher than that. And so, as someone who has dealt, with suicide in the past and really has been there and somehow found the grace to continue going, I find it my duty now to help those that can't help themselves. If I was, willing to give my life for the Iraqis that were being abused and murdered and oppressed, traveling 6,000 miles to go help others, I'll help here too. Good morning. Thank you. So it's important to understand that, a lot of veterans, are going through things. Some are making the wrong choices, and a lot of that has to do with some of the, mental health issues we have here as a country or our system. But that's another conversation aside. So, but please, if you know of a veteran that may be going through something, or are a veteran that's going through something, please, make sure you reach out for help. If you don't have anyone, reach out to me. I'll help in whatever way I can. I have a firm belief that we're here to lift each other up. It's like when you think of oppression, how much it doesn't really take that much pressure to, push somebody down. And instead of pushing each other down and kicking people while they're down, when you use that same force and reverse it and lift each other up, I think that's the key. I think we need to stop being selfish and become selfless. So, I'm going to get back to painting here. I went on a little rant, but, thank you guys always for supporting veterans. Those who I've gotten to know over the years for, being part of raising awareness to veteran suicide and, understanding that, perhaps, that veteran that's smiling all the time, is really hiding behind that. There's some behind that smile. And there are a great many that are suffering in silence. And you don't have to be a veteran to have issues. I've lost some friends to addiction recently and over the years, so we have a lot of work to do. So I hope you have a good day. Good morning. Hope you have a good day, and I'll check back in once I finish painting. God bless.